Throughout the year that I was there, I felt a very close kesher with Rabbi Shulman, with the Rabbeim that were there, with my chavrusas, and I kept up the shaykhis.
They're very hands-on. They have a genuine interest in every bacher that they should steig and they should be able to grow their learning skills.
One of the ways I look to give back is to carry on what I like to think of as the Elizabeth legacy. This is a place that is very much like my own experience, begging you to do well. You have Rebbeim from whom you can steig. You have people who are so prepared to throw themselves into your lives. All you have to do is be prepared to take what's being given to you.
In the Pirkei Avos teaches us that find yourself a Rav, and also it says find yourself a Chaver. I think Yeshiva Ber Yitzchok has both. It helps me to find my roots, which I was for a long time was deprived.
I met Rabbi Shulman when I was in the Mir looking for yeshiva to go back in America. He came over looking for Bachram and he was referred to me. Right away I got a liking to him. He was very warm and seemed very caring. What appealed to me was that it was a smaller yeshiva. In a smaller yeshiva, the Rabbeim are looking out for each and every Bacher and every aspect of the yeshiva.
Ari is very much part of our neighborhood and our shul. He's a Ben Torah, always with a smile, Mur Ben Abrius, very well liked, a perfect role model for the Kehillah. It's a pleasure to have him in the neighborhood.
I ended up continuing on to Lakewood, getting married there shortly after. But I always kept the shaykhis with Rabbi Shulman, be it on the phone or whether there was a dinner every single year. I came out every year, I would come back, I would be mishtatif. The caring that he had for us, it just very easily keep a shaykhis with him. What I liked most about the yeshiva was that everyone was ba'achdus and everyone was happy. And that left a very valuable impression on me that I take throughout the years. The shiurim that Rabbi Shulman had given and the amkus, and he was able to bring the learning down to our level, even though he was on a higher level of learning. It showed me how you could learn and how you can have a geschmack for the learning. And that really shapes me to who I am today.
I wish him and his wife that they should have a lot of Yiddish nachas from their children and constantly grow. And we should grow from each other.
It's about 3 years ago. My son just completed Mesivta. We were looking for a besmedish where he can grow and steig and further his skills and learning. Somebody suggested the Yeshiva of Elizabeth. We set up an interview. Right away, they embraced us very warmly. Immediately, we figured that this would be a perfect fit for him, so where he can feel comfortable, where he can grow. That was the first exposure.
Yidi is truly an inspiration. He has a warmth and a care which is really exceptional. And that warmth and care is really contagious. It comes with a love of life. It comes with a great sense of humor and a feeling of love for every single individual.
My son was there for about 2 years, and those 2 years, he grew by leaps and bounds. They imbued in him the sweetness of Torah. They taught him how to embrace the Torah. Every day when he came to Besmedish, he came with such cheshik and such a smada and such enthusiasm that was remarkable. His first year Rebbe was Rabbi Grossman. Every boy by him, you would think that this was his only student. He took every boy under his wing. I thought it was just my son, but then I found out it was everyone. My son even once told me that he knows for a fact he does not go to sleep at night without knowing that every boy is reaching his maximum potential. That enthusiasm rubs off on the rest of the boys, because when they see that there's such genuine care by a Rebbe, they also want to accomplish. They want to see that accomplishment, and they want to make sure that they're growing and they're steiging in that way. So once he went to Rebbe Shulman's class, then he took off into another level of learning. He felt the genuine love and the sweetness of the learning. It was to the point we couldn't get him out of the Smedish at night. But that's the epitome of Rebbe Shulman's enthusiasm that he imbues into the Bachram.
He should have nachas from his kinder, from all the incredible care that he gives to everybody that crosses his path. He should be zocher to get nachas from his kinder, that they should grow to be Talmidei Chachamim and have the avos al HaTorah and avos Hashem that he has as well.
I arrived in Elizabeth for the first time for the winter Zman of 2007. I looked at it as one Zman at a time kind of thing, and I figured I'd spend at most 1-2 years here. It's getting close to a decade now. Over that decade, I got married, subsequently joined the Kollel here. Thereafter, I was very lucky to be promoted by Rebbe Shulman from Kollel Yungaman to Rebbe in his yeshiva. That was an incredible honor. Being a bacher here, right when I started out, it was instantly remarkable to me. I don't think I've ever felt at home so quickly. It was a warm environment from day one, and it was a place that agreed with me so quickly. I can't say that everyone needs a warm place, but I can't think of someone who walked into Elizabeth and said, you know, I was uncomfortable there. I didn't feel like anyone noticed me. You know, I felt like just a number. Most importantly, it was a place that I grew in my ruchnis, in my overall avodas Hashem tremendously. The high level of learning, the top-notch rebbeim, basically the opportunity was there. Just go, grab it. That's all I needed. Without the pressure, without any of that stuff, just, what are you waiting for? Grab a Gemara, go, put in the time. No excuse not to. The yeshiva has been my home for the better part of 10 years. My gratitude really knows no bounds. Coming here as a bacher, the idea of a long-term yeshiva, it never even entered my mind. I don't know really how to explain it. I just never left. And because of that, Baruch Hashem, I was able to keep on growing from the yeshiva, keep on steiging. It's an incredible zechus to be in the position that I am now.
In the 1990s, I was a Rav in Longmeadow, Massachusetts. I had begun a class for new Americans. I remember the first class we asked, who knows anything about Judaism? And it was unanimous. Nobody knew anything. But then one gentleman raises his hand and says, actually, I do know something about Judaism, but whatever I learned about it was only from reading anti-Semitic literature in Russia. That gentleman is being honored tonight.
We moved here in 1999 from Longmeadow, Massachusetts. We settled here with Baruch Hashem, with help of community. Dr. David Dombik introduced me to yeshiva, and that's where it all started. Now it's all history. Enjoyment, it's with simcha, that's what yeshiva does. It's always nice to come, very welcoming environment in yeshiva. Just to come there and see everybody welcomes you and everybody smiles, it's a big part. After a long work day, it is very important. And it brings more kedusha as well to the community at large. Rabbi Yitzi Smith, Maggid Shir, and we learn all together. Yitzi leads us in learning, but we all have questions. It's an interactive, I would say, learning, which is very exciting and looking forward every day to go. And I would say yeshiva, it's like 24/7 Torah service, if we can say it like this. But that's what it is, to me. The presence of yeshiva in this community gives everybody a chance to learn, to make to get closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I think that's the major 2 points I see in yeshiva, being in this community.
It has been my absolute pleasure to have some small chelik in lighting the pilot light that has ignited a love, an Avas HaTorah in Gennady and in Galina. And you should be blessed with bracha, hatzlacha, and kol tov.
I really want to thank Rabbi Shulman and Yeshivas Bar Yitzchok and Rabbi Glustein for all they have done for me over the past many years. And I really owe a lot of hakaras hatov to them. Thank you.
It's without a doubt the yeshiva from which I've steiged the most in. I'm forever grateful.
There's a movement going on here. Even though my son is not in the yeshiva anymore, but I feel like I want to have some chelik here. I want to have a part of this great Makam Torah. This yeshiva is steiging, this yeshiva is growing. There's many more thousands of hours being added of Torah every week. I want to have a piece of this Torah.
It's very difficult now to imagine how I would be living without yeshiva all these years. It's a routine every night, the same thing. That brings a lot of strength. It's very difficult to imagine without it now.